folks, Nada here, your health coach, and I help you re-energize your body, re-energize your life. And today is the day number 2 of 5 days to distress, kind of a challenge. Who is excited? Yesterday we talked about really one of the most important things for your distress is sleep. Look at this cute logo that I created, or the image for our challenge, 5D days to distress. And we talked about sleep. Today we're going to talk about the food. So please join our Friends in Health Facebook group. We are going to have an amazing 21 days of gratitude starting Sunday. Friends in Health Facebook group. It is for daily motivation and inspiration in your wellness journey. Free private group. Please join us. We're going to have an amazing 25 days of gratitude. And today is day number 2 of 5 days to distress. We talked about sleep. We talked about 5 major things for the great sleep. And I invited you to take at least one as your action step to practice for maybe 7 or 5 days and see if this one works for you. If it does, take it as your daily action, which becomes a habit. Let's talk about the food. I'm gonna grab my notes. Okay, again, today I'm going to invite you to look at 5 major things about the food, really, nutrition as well. And I'm going to ask you to take at least one, maybe something that you are not yet doing. Practice it from 5 to 7 days. See if it works. If it does, have it as your daily action, which again becomes your habit. Are we in? All right, so why am I taking those pillars? Because they're really, I actually choose them from the most important to, let's say, important but not the least important, right? Because those are the major pillars. If you want to sometimes take the sleep on, you're already set for success. And here's nutrition. Let me talk about 5 things. So number 1, let's just get to basics. You are what you eat. So let's help our body to feel the way we want to feel. So our body can help us to be our best. So it's like if you imagine a car, you want to get to a certain destination in the car, so you're going to put some fuel in, you're going to make sure that oil is there, you're going to make sure that brakes are there, so you're going to make sure that maintenance of the car is actually in check, so the car can deliver you where you want to go. If we take care of our cars, why can't we take care of our bodies? So here's our 5 maintenance checks for our physical body. Number 1, I'm just going to put it in for veggies and fruits. Let's have more vegetables and maybe half of fruit servings. Veggies, really great for, and I'll speak on them a little bit later as well. Overall, vegetables is essential for your healthy nutrition. Fruit, overall, it's a great energy boost. It's sugar, yes, but it's natural sugar, dissolves in your body much faster, releases that sugar levels much slower, so it's a healthy sugar option for your energy boost. That's number 1. Think about what can I take on. Maybe there's a certain vegetable or certain fruit that you haven't yet tried. Now is the time. Okay, number 2. Now let's talk about really what to eat. And I'm going to break number 2 into 3 parts of a day. Part of a day morning, folks, the best way to de-stress your body from the sleep and into the transition of the day, grab a lot of water. 20 ounces is what's recommended. Give your body hydration. Next, please have protein rich, nutritious breakfast. I choose vegetable protein. It's fast, gives me energy boost, and it lasts me quite long. Number 2, or actually it will be number 3 in the number 2 section. Am I getting you confused? Afternoon. So what is in the afternoon? If you ever eat a little more than you normally think you should, afternoon is the best time of the day. Well, actually morning, but most of us don't want to eat heavy in the morning. We're just not ready, the body's not awake. Afternoon, and it will give us some good energy boost. So let's talk about what can we consume in the afternoon and maybe somewhat towards the dinner. Let's talk, I love this, food for a great mood. We're talking about distress. We're talking about giving our body the foods that we actually will help feel happy and distress at the same time. So just a couple of ideas. This is very short, very sweet. I know each one can be broken into 45 minutes to a week conversation, but let's get into healthy carbohydrates. How about quinoa? Let's get into omegas, for example, salmon, preferably wild-caught salmon. Let's get those mushrooms in. B-complex, when we are under stress, the body releases a lot of vitamin B and C. We want to replenish it with a lot of greens. Yes, herbal supplementation is also amazing, but if you talk about just the food that you actually normally would eat and have to buy anyway, buy lots of greens, B-complex. Let's talk about folic acid. Again, how about turnip greens? Have you ever tried them? Have you ever cooked them? This is for your distress food. And I'm going to include 2 vitamins, as I like them here, that you might think, really, is this the food? This is the food also for your physical body, for your soul. D, from sunshine. Get that vitamin D, go out, get some sun, smile to the sky. Vitamin F, it is for fresh air. Let's take those deep breathing breaks outside. And how about we finish with dessert? Who doesn't like dessert? I love dark chocolate. Again, we talk about the energy boost in the afternoon. Number 4, evening. So it's the third part of the day, of course. Thank you for watching. Light meal. Really, what's distressing the body is overeating. And evening is the worst time of the day. And that's where we normally actually tend to do that, because we're home, we want to rest, and part of our relaxation is consuming food, which ends up with overeating. So light meal from what I just named, or for me, I actually have lunch quite late, so for me, dinner becomes, I just mix a great protein shake with a little bit of vegetables if I want to. Okay, I also want to cover a question that I get all the time. When I'm hungry, how can I go to bed? What do I do? What's the best practice? I'm going to share with you what I do. If I'm hungry before I go to bed, I actually make like a baby 4-ounce vegetable protein shake serving in. And it's great for the sleep. Also, your body restores throughout the night, and it really will be very happy to have that vegetable protein. And you will not be starving when you're in bed trying to sleep and your brain is thinking, you are so hungry, how can you sleep? So you're not going to have that. Okay. All right, folks. Also for calming, especially at the end of the day, when we just want relaxation, we want peace, we want to just be relaxing. How about maybe using tea? Who likes tea? Or maybe mix it in hot water. Chamomile is really, like in the tea option, is perfect. Also, one of the herbs, ashwagandha, is really good for stress reduction. Maybe if you're from Europe, you've used valerian quite a bit in your childhood. That does make you sleepy, so have to be careful. Take it in the evening. And plenty of water. The body is really distressed when the body is dehydrated. Throughout the day, starting with the morning, finishing in the evening, water. All right, we talked about number 1, importance is lots of vegetables, fruit. Number 2, what you eat in the morning. Number 2, what you eat in the afternoon. Number 3, what you eat in the evening. Did I just miss something? Afternoon, evening? Number 5, I don't know, number 5. What's really important is not, well, what you eat, yes, but it's also how you eat and who you're being while you eat. So I'm going to put it as number 1, last but not the least. 2 things that I want to give you here. Hunger fullness scale. Really honor and listen to your body when your body is talking to you. If you put, let's say, if you have the scale and you put from 1 to 8, and this is your hunger scale. If you ask yourself out loud inside from 1 to 0, when 1 I'm not hungry at all, 0 I'm gonna eat a horse, How hungry am I? You must plan at 2 and you must eat at 6, 7. If you eat at 10, it's too late, you're gonna overeat most likely. And while you eat, the same scale from 1 to 10, how full am I? When 0, I'm still hungry, and 10, I overate, I'm gonna unzip my pants. You must stop at 7. If you go to 9 and 10, too late, you overate. Okay, folks, I know I'm going fast, but this is our short but really mighty overview. And the last thing here, who you're being while you eat, is really ask yourself a question. The best time is right before you put the food in your mouth. Go ahead and ask yourself a question. From 1, I'm going to use the same scale. From 1 to 10, how stressed am I? If you're about 8, folks, every time, 8 and plus, too much. If you really feel stressed, here's what you do. Take from 2, if you don't have enough time, from 2 to 10, the best is 10, deep, slow breaths. What you do here is you trick your brain to relax, your body gets into relaxation, digest, relax response, you actually digest much better, accumulate all these nutrients and not gain the weight, versus if you do it under the stress. All right, folks, I know this was a lot. We were talking about food as the second step after sleep to de-stress your body, physical, emotional, mental. Number 1, we talked about the quality of food, vegetables, fruit. Number 2, we talked about what do you eat in the morning. 3, what do you eat in the afternoon. 4, what do you eat in the evening. And 5, who you're being and how while you're eating. This was our day number 2. Tomorrow we're going to jump in and talk about day number 3. You're going to find out tomorrow what it is. Please, before you go, let me know what is one thing you're taking from today's life. You're taking it on for about 5 to 7 days. Practice, play with it, and decide whether it's the one that works for you. If not, or if it does, you're going to use it as your daily action that becomes eventually your habit. And that's what we want, isn't it? All right, folks, please leave me the comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.